A late season MAC Red tilt here on Macomb Township Government Access. Hello again, everybody. I'm Brad Fetters, joined once again by Adam Abraham from Macomb Township Government Access, coming to you tonight from Macomb Dakota High School, home of the Cougars, as they get set to take on the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils and girls varsity basketball. And Adam, the Cougars coming into tonight's home game, looking to put the end to quite a tough stretch of basketball.
Yeah, they've lost 7 of the last 8, but what the stats don't really show is they're playing very tough ball games. They're a good squad, they play well defensively, and they're getting better. 2 of those losses come at 3 points, another one comes at just 4 points. They're a senior-laden team, and this team's all about getting into the playoffs at this point. The MAC Red is out of reach at this time in the season, but they're about improving and getting to the playoffs and making a run there.
As for this Grosse Pointe South team, well, they play a little bit of an aggressive style of offense, and really they're pretty aggressive on the defensive end as well.
Yeah, they run a full-court press. Kevin Richards, the head coach of Grosse Pointe South, this is what he's known for. This is what got him back to the state championship games a few years back, but they're going to get on you. They're going to try to run the ball in transition, get those quick turnovers, quick points, and that's why they're leading the MAC Red in points scored a game.
Opening tip and starting lineups coming up next right here at Macomb Township Government Access.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Welcome back to Dakota High School. Let's get set for this game by announcing first the starting lineups. For Grosse Pointe South, they line up this way. Alexa Downey. Number 5, Savannah Shrebnick. Number 10, Maria Hesberg. Number 11, Sydney Hall. And number 12, Keely Conlon. And for the home team, the Dakota Cougars, number 4, Rachel Bauer. Number 11, Ella Berger. Number 21, Olivia Dameron. Number 32, Jada Reese. And number 33, senior captain, Taylor Williams. Dakota Cougars in their home whites. Grosse Pointe South in those navy blues with gold numerals and trim. Keely Conlon gonna jump things up for South, along with Jada Reese. And Reese and the Cougars win it. Bauer, the point guard, going to control things first for the Cougars. Dakota coming in with a 6-8 overall record, 1-7 in the MAC Red. Grosse Pointe South 8-5, 4-5 in the MAC Red. First shot belongs to the Cougars, is no good. Quick turnover there to Grosse Pointe South, and they will have the basketball.
Dakota quickly going to the bread and butter down low on the block. It's Jada Reese and Taylor Williams. That time it's Williams. Expect a lot of action down there.
3 is no good. Ripped down by Taylor Williams. She is so good on both offense and defensive glass. Nice little baseline drive. Ella Berger, the freshman, with the first bucket of the night, and the Cougars lead it 2-0.
Good defensive rebound that time by Williams, and the quick outlet for the easy layup on the other end. Last time these two matched up, Williams pulled down a big 18 rebounds, so she is a monster on low, especially on the defensive end.
Sydney Hall answers right back for the first bucket of the game for Grosse Pointe South. Tied up at 2 apiece. Quick turnover. Bauer comes away with it. So back and forth the teams trade turnovers. Bauer able to pass out of it. Ella Berger streaking down the right-hand side. Finds Olivia Dameron and goes up with it. She traveled. So turnover over to Grosse Pointe South.
You see some of that havoc-causing press action from Kevin Richards and the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils. Sometimes you'll even bring a triple team. That time they had on the block. Dakota just couldn't quite get out of it.
You mentioned Taylor Williams. She holds the school record for rebounds in a game with 22. It's unbelievable how she can control the glass. We get a foul on the floor. First of the game for Grosse Pointe South. 2 apiece, 6:18 remaining in the first quarter. And get Sydney Hall, the 5'5" senior, for the foul. Ella Berger floats one up, no good, too strong. Downey comes down with the rebound, up ahead. Sydney Hall pulls up, finds a trailing teammate in the form of Downey. Looking to go inside, little floaters, no good. Offensive rebound by Hesberg. Right back out now to Sydney Hall. Three-pointer knocks up on top of the backboard after going off the back iron, out of bounds. Possession over to the Cougars. We mentioned there's that full court press. This is something that South is notorious for. Cougars able to pass out of it. Three on the way from Berger, no good, too strong. Off the back heel, offensive rebound by Williams is no good. So South dodges a couple bullets on the defensive end and comes away with it.
You see Dakota flashing a little bit of man-to-man pressure.
Downey goes up with the ball fake. Sydney Hall, straightaway three, NBA three, no good, in and out. In and out of the hands of number 12, Keely Conlin, and out of bounds. Score remains 2-2, 5:24 now left to go in the first quarter. There's a trap right in front of the Cougar bench. Asking for help is Coach McCune, and finally he's going to have to call a timeout.
On that point of entry on the inbounds pass from underneath, you cannot put that ball into the corner. You're putting, that time it was Jada Reese there in the corner. She's going to lose that every time if you put her in an immediate trap in the corner. That ball's got to be out towards the middle of the floor, and then you work it to the sidelines. They were doing good attacking the basket once you get it into your half court, but if you inbounds that ball into the corners, Grosse Pointe South's going to eat you alive.
Traditionally, they say cross-court diagonal passes is the best way to beat a full-court press. And the code for Dakota, this is going to be an unusual inbound pass because it's going to occur right in front of their bench. Bauer's going to get it into Jada Reese. Reese goes back to Ella Berger, who beats it. They get it over the timeline. Up ahead to Reese, goes in strong and lays it in.
And just like you said, Brad, they brought it into the middle, cross court, two passes, and it's an easy layup on the opposite side. It's hard to recover when you're in that full court.
Nice little streak there by Sydney Hall. Hall a quick 4 points. Berger up ahead. And Taylor Williams this time. So the Cougars getting some scoring from three different players. It's a balanced attack so far out of Dakota. Schreberneck goes up strong, gets fouled, will shoot two.
As fast as they are on the defensive side, this is a Grosse Pointe South offense that does not stop moving, constantly passing. They don't hold the ball. They're running an offense, but it's a textbook motion offense where it does not stop. It's exactly that. It's a motion offense. Nothing stagnant on the offensive end.
Jamie Mashenko into the game now for the Cougars, and right on cue, she comes down with the defensive rebound. Schreberneck splits at the line. Quick pass inside, intercepted by Grosse Pointe South. Looking to push now, up ahead. Number 32, Richards, she's fresh into the game. Schreberneck kicks inside. Had that shot swatted out of there. That was Peyton Roy that went up for it for South. Nice little spin move, drive inside, and one! Taylor Williams with a terrific individual effort.
She was worrying me a little bit. Got caught in a double team over there by the scorer's bench, but was able to spin out of it, cross over a third defender, and get into the middle for an old-fashioned and one. Great move by the senior.
Jetwin Wilson, the senior, into the game now for Grosse Pointe South.
And here you see Coach Richards working his magic. He's 10 deep on his bench tonight. They're down one. Normally they play 11, but with the absence of Cameron Lunda, they're only running 10, but they will run all 10 of their players to try to keep up with the energy that it takes to run a full court press the entire game.
So Taylor Williams able to complete the three-point play. Triple try on the way, in and out, tough luck miss. Offensive rebound controlled by the Blue Devils. Working it around the perimeter. Looking for a second time. It's number 32, Richards, unable to cash in. So two misses there by Richards from deep. Jab step applied by Moshenko. Looking to go inside. Our first look at Dina Moyer, 6'2" junior, and you get the sense that Dakota's going to try to utilize that size advantage they have inside.
And they have a couple inches, and it seems like across the board on every position, especially with Taylor Williams and Moyer down low. Definitely going to work that in the half court.
That pass just too high for Jamie Mashenko, as it ended up in the first row of the stands.
Probably eye level there for Taylor Williams on that pass, but kind of hard to jump out of it when you're standing at 5'5" as a guard.
And Williams about a half a foot taller than Mashenko. Richards picks up the dribble, goes outside. Sydney Hall trying to drive into the paint, gets cut off there by Mashenko. Mashenko able to pass out of that double team. Up ahead now to Moyer. Numbers for the Cougars if they try, and nice ball fake by Berger, and she draws contact. We'll shoot two.
How about the patience that time from Ella Berger, the freshman, to be able to wait on that pump fake. It was about a second and a half, and then go and take some hard contact and get the shot off. That's a veteran move from a very young player.
Berger knocks down the first.
As a coach, you can teach a lot of things, positioning, fundamentals, all that, but it's hard to teach toughness and to have the tenacity to take a hit down low and to earn it two at the stripe.
Berger makes good on both, and I'm going to say baseline violation, perhaps? Giving the ball, nope. Now they're going to change their mind.
It looked most certainly like it was a baseline violation. It was immediately called. It was still Grosse Pointe South's ball. But if you're going to whistle them back for a baseline violation, that ball should be going the other way. Well, it looks like the referee's saying that player wasn't completely out of bounds yet, so apparently that gives you a retry.
We'll reset. 2:55 remaining in the first quarter, 11-5. Dakota out in front. It's a Cougar team really reeling right now, and just avoiding that over and back violation. Richard goes up, her third three of the game, no good. Third three-point attempt of the game. Some contact on the floor. Foul's going to go against Moyer. And this Cougar team really kind of hit the skids at them once they lost one of their key valuable components of this team, and that's Cameron Grant, the junior captain.
Cameron Grant went down with an ankle injury in early January in that Eisenhower game, and that was their leader. That was their go-to player coming into this season. Coach McCune says she was playing the best basketball she's ever played in her entire life at any level. That's a very highly thought of, but.
And devastating injury for the Cougars, who really had their minds set on contending once again in the MAC Red. MAC Red champions a season ago, as well as the MAC Red White crossover tournament champions. Back-to-back district titles. That road to another district crown going to be a little bit tougher this season, you would imagine. We'll get into that bracket later on in this game to kind of speculate on the potential matchups for Dakota later on in this season as they get into district play. Little hook shot in and out. Offensive rebound by Taylor Williams. She has been an absolute force here this evening.
Kevin Richards is not happy because there was not a single girl in a blue shirt looking at Taylor Williams. Sometimes you need two bodies to box her out of the paint. There was nobody home within 3 feet. It was an easy offside rebound, and she took it up for two. And Coach Richards went on the timeout, and we can hear him from up here about how upset he is.
Yeah, you stressing blocking out, and it's easier said than done when Taylor Williams is on the floor. We mentioned she is just a machine down low picking up those rebounds. We mentioned she has a school record for rebounds in a game with 22. That happened last season, and really she's picked up where she's left off a season ago. 6'2" captain, clearly the biggest player on the floor, and she has been a force with 7 early points here in the first quarter and a quick turnover by Grosse Pointe South. So this game dangerously slipping away from Grosse Pointe South here early on. Calling for the basketball and receiving it, number 14, Shelby Conrad. Shelby just checking into this game.
good job by Dakota to be able to get that into the half court that quickly, but Conrad held that ball for 3, 4, 5 seconds. You got to make quick passes. It's important to do that diagonal, but they also have to be quick.
Moshenko, triple try, no good. Moshenko eyes one up again, tries it again, no good. Much better job boxing out that time by the Blue Devils. Hesberg was a Grosse Pointe South player that got in there and grabbed the board. Schrebernack picked up her dribble momentarily, had it stripped. Nice crossover dribble by Berger. Goes into the corner, finds Conrad. Back out top to Berger, Berger to Conrad. Nice little baseline drive, can't finish the play. Richards going the other way. Outside, dribble drive, penetration by Downey, and it is hacked. We'll shoot 2 with 1:07 left in the first quarter.
Grosse Pointe South moving a little bit more to a drive and kick offense. Have a couple spot out shooters sitting outside. It's not quite hoisting the threes. They shot 5 in the first 4 minutes of the game. Just quite a high number of 3 points if you look at that over the span of a game. When your shot's not falling, you got to look to go somewhere else, and the paint's a great place to get started and scoring a couple.
Downey misses both, but it's Jetwin Wilson. He came down with the offensive rebound, and now what we got here? That ball looked like it was out of bounds, and in fact it will be. So an empty possession there for Grosse Pointe South. Kayla Hawkins on the bench for the Cougars. Keely Conlon back into the game for South. And a little hesitation there by Berger results in a travel.
For that last possession, Kevin Richards yelled at his girls, start playing. As a coach, you struggle sometimes. You have to start coaching energy and intensity in a game. You should expect your players to bring that. You can coach position, but when you start having to coach intensity, that's when you fall behind 6-8 in the first quarter, and that's when it falls out throughout the game.
Block shot there by Taylor Williams.
That was the most lackadaisical block shot ever.
It was very nonchalant, wasn't it? Just knock it out and go about her business. She has easily been the star of this game so far. A little 2-on-1 if the Cougars hurry. Good drop-off pass. Laying it up and laying it in. Dameron with the easy basket. Cougars really have answered the bell here in the first quarter. This does not look like a team that's been struggling. Schrebernack. And Cougars under 10 seconds now. Dameron, good.
Grosse Pointe South just not forcing any turnovers in the half court right now. Dakota's eating them up on the offensive end.
Really good offensive quarter of basketball for the Cougars. They lead at 17-9. We'll take a quick break here on MTGA, but when we come back, the start of play in the second quarter.
Some say e-cigarettes aren't dangerous,
but science shows nicotine can harm teens' developing brains.
no matter how they're exposed.
Let's do an experiment to find out.
Here's a teen who won't be using e-cigarettes.
Now we need one willing to risk their brain development.
Anyone care to volunteer your kid?
Anyone?
Your kids are not an experiment. Protect them from e-cigarettes.
Welcome back. Brad Fetters alongside Adam Abraham, and it's the Dakota Cougars out in front 17-9. Really a nice balanced offensive attack out of a pretty good Cougar offense.
And controlling the turnovers is the biggest thing. The Grosse Pointe South bread and butter is forcing the turnovers, and Dakota just hasn't given the ball up.
An air ball off the hands of Conlon, out of bounds, over to the Cougars. And This is a Grosse Pointe South offense that leads the Macomb area conference in scoring. We're held to just 9 points in that first quarter, and really it was only 2 Blue Devils that scored. Schrebernack with 5 and Sydney Hall with 4. So jump ball, possession arrow favoring the Cougars, so it will stay with Dakota. Be inbounded along that bottom baseline. Dumping it inside, going right back out. 18-footer, no good. Richards comes down with the defensive rebound. Goes behind the back, now crosses over her defender, goes up strong, gets fouled and will shoot 2. So a much more aggressive attack out of the Blue Devils that time.
As I mentioned, that's what you got to do when your shot's not falling. That'll come with the motions of the game typically, unless you're having a really off night. But if those shots just aren't dropping from the three-point line, they missed the first 5, go to the rack. At the very least, you might catch a foul and be able to shoot a couple free throws. And that's really is what is hanging Grosse Pointe South in, is that adjustment from Coach Richards to switch his offense up and scavenge a few points.
Well, it's the defense that causes a lot of turnovers, but you have to make buckets in order to apply that full court pressure. Somehow dribbling out of that, Taylor Williams goes up with one, no good. Gets her own rebound, put back, no good. A third opportunity is no good as well. So Williams goes that entire offensive possession and now out of bounds. Turnover once again, so Grosse Pointe South shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, and that's some very, very aggressive half-court defense by Mashenko to be able to take that one-on-one with the off guard from Grosse Pointe South.
Taylor Williams catching that pass in the backcourt, gets it over the timeline, operates between the circles. Terrific pass, but we'll say the foul occurred on the floor prior to the shot, so the basket is no good. Jamie Zink will give way to Taylor Williams, who will trigger this basketball. Was looking for Jada Reese, finds it. Reese goes up to get it, holds that ball high over her head, fires the pass over to Mashenko. Mashenko goes up with the ball fake, will now go to her right. Finds a streaking Zink, no good. Foul against Dakota. Gonna get Olivia Dameron. Her second foul, Dakota's 6th team foul. So they'll be in the bonus the rest of this half. See if the Blue Devils can take advantage. Ella Berger back into the game, replaces Dameron. There's that full court pressure. Reese trapped by the double team. Finds Mashenko on the far side. Mashenko drops one into the corner for Zink. Long offensive rebound by Berger, no good. Ball kicked and out of bounds. They'll say Blue Devil ball.
The more this game progresses, the better Dakota is getting out of this this full court press defense. Textbook that time to Reese to switch sides and just take it right to the hole. Easy chance at a layup, and those will start dropping as well for Dakota.
Trey on the way, in and out, no good. Berger this time streaks down the floor, draws contact, no call. Sydney Hall was flat on her back, and she couldn't believe that she didn't draw the charge.
And that's pretty surprising. She was set in that what would be the circle at the next level 3 steps before it got in.
Hesberg knocks down the 3. Reese up ahead to a wide open Berger, tried to pass, instead has it intercepted. Here comes Conlin now, finds a trailing teammate in Schrebernack. Downey.
That transition right there started with Alexa Downey. They got in the full court trap. Dakota beat the press, and they came back 2-on-1 the other way. Downey got in the passing lane. That's what you want to do. When you're facing 2-on-1, stick your arms out wide, get in that passing lane. They might just throw it right at you, where she did, and then brought it the other way. Downey is rewarded going to the hole for a foul, and now they're shooting 1-and-1 for the last 5 minutes.
So Downey with the split at the line. Jamie Zink all the way in, no good. Berger draws a double team. Terrific footwork there to get herself open.
Great job. They had the wide open guard at half court, nobody guarding, and instantly put them in a 2-on-1 on the entry pass.
Hesberg turns down the 3. Will go up with the 2 instead. That one hangs on the front iron, no good. Williams up ahead. Moshenko long 2's good. Cougars starting to pull away and reach in foul. So it'll be a 1-and-1 now for the Blue Devils the rest of the half. And it's going to be Sydney Hall.
Don't expect them to be shooting many more threes for the rest of the half, given the 1-and-1. Keep going to the hole and keep holding on.
Got to cash in on these opportunities if they want to work themselves back into this game. Hall, nothing but net there. Sydney Hall with 5 points in this first half. She's tied with Schrebernack with the team lead in scoring. Second, no good. Shenko up ahead to Reese. Finds Rich Bauer. Nice tic-tac-toe passing. Up and under. Ella Berger is going to shoot 2. Very methodical, very heads-up play by the Cougars that time.
And that's the thing about a full court press, is it's pretty textbook. It's not where you can switch like a zone defense from going 2-3 to a 1-2-1 or 1-2-2 or whatever you want to do. Your full court is your full court, and you're going to play it the way you play it. And Dakota's just breaking it down right now, and they're putting in 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s the last 5, 6, 7, 8 possessions. And now they'll be shooting 1-and-1 for the rest of the half as well, and will continue to widen this lead.
Berger no good on either attempt. Here comes Sydney Hall, goes up with it. 1 and done there for the Blue Devils. Taylor Williams out in front of everybody. Berger pulls up, draws 4 blue jerseys around her, and there's that fancy feet work of Ella Berger, looking more like a post player than a guard.
Yeah,
and she has quickly scored 10 points in this first half.
Yeah, Berger's a good answer. That 3 is really a vital position because that's someone who can shoot it but also take it to the hole, and she's doing a great job in these 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s. When you're up on the power play in basketball, you're got to take advantage, and they've taken advantage of it to the tune of a 10-point lead.
25-15. Dakota out in front here at home, and Dakota comes in with a even record of 3-3 here on their home floor. Grosse Pointe 4-3 on the road. And Grosse Pointe South clinging to that 4th spot in the MAC Red, and that will get them into that MAC Red-White crossover tournament. And they will more than likely take on Romeo, who came in 1st in the MAC White. 1 plays 4 as part of that crossover. And Grosse Pointe South watched their rivals from Grosse Pointe North capture the MAC Red. They're off to a perfect 9-0 start in league play and 13-1 overall mark. So that North squad has really been good as of late.
Yes, very good as usual from Grosse Pointe North. But these standings could change between the 2 and 4 positions. Everyone's within a game of each other, and a couple makeup games above them with Port Huron North and Cosno as well.
Reese battle for it, loose ball on the floor. What do we have here? A tie-up, possession arrow over to the Blue Devils. Yeah, that MAC Red, it was really just Grosse Pointe North and everybody else playing for 2nd place, and highly contested second place, might I add. The Norsemen, should I say the Norse women, pulled away with it. Reese has a ball bounce off of her hands and out of bounds. 3:05 remaining first half. Cougars out in front 25-15.
It seems like the first turnover that was created off of the press just heard the footsteps, and just lost it out of bounds.
So South has been outscored 8-6 in the second quarter. After Dakota got off to that really hot start, Bauer looking to go inside. Pass wasn't available to her. Another battle for it on the floor, and Taylor Williams now, they're going to say the Cougars called timeout, and it came from the bench. So a very heads-up play there by Coach Phil McCune and the rest of the Cougar staff.
And
Kevin Richards beside himself there. He can't believe it.
he thought one of his girls had a hand on the ball, which one of his girls did have the hand on the ball. You can't call a timeout because you don't have possession. You have to have possession to call a timeout.
Taylor Williams was also very close to traveling on that play as she kind of rolled over onto her back. So
I think that could have very easily been called a foul on the shove as well. Williams going to the ground. So
Bauer will inbound it. Ooh, dangerous play right along that half-court line. Williams spins into the paint. No good, gets her own rebound. That's happened quite a bit here tonight.
yeah, that was a pick and roll there with Jada Reese and Taylor Williams. Williams beat Reese to the basket, and Reese was the one rolling off of her.
So that was Sydney Hall's third personal foul, so she's going to have to come out of this basketball game. And really, Sydney Hall has been their offense. So that's a big drop-off now for the Blue Devils. They're going to turn to Cameron Richards. Sophie Iafredi also into the lineup now for the Blue Devils. Williams might have 20 rebounds by the end of this night. The way she is controlling the glass. What a move there by Ella Berger. 8 points here in the second quarter gives her a game-high 12 points. Richards. Schrebernack. Traveled. Easy call for the official to make. Lead up to a dozen now, 27-15.
And you can just feel the energy dropping for Grosse Pointe South. Not quite the intensity they had at the beginning of the game.
This does not look like a Dakota squad that had lost 7 of their last 8. Dakota, when they were healthy, with Cameron Grant in the lineup, got off to a 4-0 start, won 5 of their first 6. And then, as you mentioned, she went down in that Eisenhower game, and things just started to unravel. Williams again with the rebound. Mashenko straight away dumps it inside. And a travel call there against Zaprova.
A little bit clustered on offense, players moving into each other. That's an easy way to get your feet crossed up and a travel called. So we see Grosse Pointe South, the complete opposite, go 5 out here.
What are you seeing out of this Dakota defense, Adam, that's preventing this high-powered South offense from getting going here tonight?
Phenomenal one-on-one play. Just the guards are taking care of the Grosse Pointe South guards, and they're not really giving up offensive rebounds.
This is a Grosse Pointe South offense that averages over 54 points per game. That's the best in all of Macomb, and right now they're averaging on pace here tonight to a score about 30 points, so about 20 points under their average.
The thing about that, though, is a lot of those points are transition points, and they are points created off of turnovers. And when you're not creating those turnovers on the press, you directly afflict what's going to happen on the offensive end. You create turnovers in the front court, you're going to come up with easy baskets on that end.
Yeah, you kind of oftentimes think of Shaka Smart's teams at VCU, right? When that Havoc defense is working, it's awesome, and they can hold teams to under 50 points in a college basketball game. But when a team's able to beat it, and we saw a Michigan team beat it a number of years ago in the NCAA tournament, you're talking about putting up 80 or 90 points per game.
Exactly. The difficulty with coaching a full court press is that's pretty much all you can coach. You don't have a whole lot of time. There's so many little intricate parts, where to trap, where not. You got to coach every position on the court. The full court versus 1-2-1 or 1-2-2, excuse me, or 1-3-1, something like that.
Yeah, the box and one. Yep.
Coaches who coach a full court the entire game don't really have those different defenses to go to on the back end because they just don't have enough time in a basketball season to teach it.
Zeprova good on both. Richards now. Blue Devils trailing by 13, under 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Richards outside, shimmy shake, draws a double team, passes out of it. Wilson three, no good. Zeprova with the rebound, keeping that in. Nice job by Berger. She gets it right back. Berger goes strong with the right hand, off the high glass and in.
I talk about that intensity, that aggressiveness. You cannot coach. Berger's got it. She's gone to the rack every single time. She could settle for a 15-foot jump shot, but you're not going to be putting up 14 points in the first half given that.
Chetwin Wilson with a follow-up make, and the Cougars going to have to hurry. They will not get a shot off, and that will do it for our first half of play. From Dakota High School, the Cougars out in front, 31-18. Adam, your thoughts on this first half of play?
Back to the drawing board for Grosse Pointe South. If they cannot create these turnovers in the full court, they're going to have to figure out some other way to get some points on the board.
We'll take a quick break here at Macomb Township Government Access. But when we come back, the second half of play you do not want to miss.
Macomb County, 27 cities, townships, and villages. From East Point to Memphis, Romeo to New Baltimore. 458 square miles of where you want to be. It's a place where your children can grow, and so can your business. Macomb County's tree-lined borders contain over 12,000 acres of parkland. Its outer edge, 31 miles of freshwater shoreline, both filled each year with countless concerts, festivals, and family reunions. It's the birthplace of advanced technologies that not only instruct future generations, but protect them. Hey, and those are just facts. You can get that from the internet or a book. No. To truly understand what Macomb County is all about, you need to experience it. You need to live here. You need to work here. When you do that, you'll know you're home.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
We are back to Dakota High School. Cougars out in front 31-18 over the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils. And really a nice team effort by Dakota here tonight, but Ella Berger, the 5'7" freshman, leads away with those 14 first half points.
She's playing a very aggressive style of basketball. When you come out against a team in a full court press, your advantage is going to be to your guards that are down low. She's reaping the benefits of being on the receiving end of these cross-court passes and just hitting her layups, but some of them are very contested. She's taking contact, doing a phenomenal job right on cue.
Worked her way around a screen. Taylor Williams drew the double team. Berger found herself wide open, and she makes good. First basket of the second half belongs to Ella Berger and the Dakota Cougars. So the lead grows. Nice answer. Schreberneck knocks down the shot from downtown. And now a turnover by Dakota on the travel, and Taylor Williams at post presence for Dakota. 7 points in the first half, and really a nice job on the glass as well.
Yeah, 13 rebounds, a couple offensive ones, but mostly defensive end. She doesn't really give up too many, and a definite advantage over the smaller Grosse Pointe South team.
Sydney Hall with those 3 fouls operates the offense. Conlon knocks down a 3.
Here we go, Brad. Once the shots come off, they must have took the lids off the baskets for Grosse Pointe South at halftime. Sometimes it just takes an end switch to see those shots fall.
Grosse Pointe South couldn't buy a bucket in the first half. They knocked down their first 2 3-pointers, and now Dakota turns it over, and Coach McCune's going to want a timeout. He's going to want to talk about this, as they have been outscored here in the second half, 6-2. They've turned over the ball a couple times. So trying to slow down this Blue Devil momentum.
Water always finds its level, is the old saying, but for Grosse Pointe South to really get back into this game and maybe even looking at a lead here, they're going to have to get after it defensively and play that Grosse Pointe South aggressive defense that they're used to. And Coach Richards must be pretty pleased about his girls' performance out here the first minute and 9 seconds, because he let them go almost immediately out of the huddle. It's one of those ones where you stick your hands in and say, keep up what you're doing. You made the adjustments, keep it going.
Lead is now been trimmed down to single digits, 33-24. So they will not say it was a Dakota turnover. It was a timeout instead. Berger now with it, draws a double team and traveled. Unable to work her way out of it. Nice job by Downey.
That's where they can start to take advantage. Dakota easily getting this ball into the half court, but if you trap in the half court, you might get lucky on a few like that.
Downey found herself open, couldn't connect. Berger now, she gets turned over. Up ahead. Schrebernack can't come down with it. So teams trading turnovers. And finally, Sydney Hall says, enough of this. I'm just going to take it down the floor and lay it in. So 8-2 run by the Blue Devils to start the third quarter. Lead down to 7. Berger fouled.
I will say the one thing about Ella Berger is the pretty textbook what she's going to do. Gets that ball, pump fake at about 15 to 18 feet, couple dribbles, and goes to the hole on that same side every time. That time it was Maria Hesberg giving her the baseline, and it's one of those, get in front of the defender, make her go the other way, put her into the middle of the paint where she doesn't look as comfortable. Haven't seen her go that way. Trying to make her switch it up. Don't let her get comfortable on that baseline.
Berger only able to make one. 34-26, 5:47 remaining in the third. So Sydney Hall looks over to her visitor's bench and lofted a pass, and they'll say it was last touched by Taylor Williams.
Probably the only girl in the gym that could touch that pass. Pull it back down from orbit.
Conlon looking for Downey, finds her. Downey dribbles to her right. So foul starting to add up here. Dangerous pass. Hall able to recover. Operates between the rings. Goes inside. Skies up. Can't get it to fall. Williams going the other way now. Her right-hand side. Crosses over. Spins. Pirouettes. No good.
Williams couldn't convert, but that was a beautiful move. Way to split that double team again. She's a fan of that spin move, and it's not something you see too often in today's game of basketball. It's something players usually shy away from, but she's used it 2 or 3 times here.
And she turns a dribble into a spin move. Hall deep from downtown. Oh my. This one slowly getting away from the Cougars now. Oh, nice Euro step. No good. Reese goes up with it. No good. Out of bounds. Hall thought she was grabbed, but she might have touched that last. I don't know.
It looked like she touched it last, but I also agree with her that it looked like a foul. If you're Grosse Pointe South, you're completely happy with Williams picking up that ball on the loose floor. It's very hard to control yourself when you're going full steam ahead from 3/4 court. That's a tough shot to not only get up, but to convert. Give them that all day.
GPS now has outscored Dakota 11-3 in this third quarter, and you just wonder if a little sense of maybe unsureness by Dakota starting to creep in. So there's that full court press. Mashenko, who triggered it in, gets the pass. Goes over to Berger. Berger up to Williams, finds Reese. Reese through a double team, no good. Here comes Hall. Hall has been a difference in this second half, and she kind of just gave up on that play. And Reese, easiest bucket of the night, and announcer's jinx as she flat out missed it. So very frantic pace now begins to set in.
I was going to say one thing definitely both these teams changed is their energy coming out here hot. Whoa.
Richards uses the high glass. Little baby sky hook.
And this is something that makes you nervous if you're Phil McCune on the opposite side. When momentum swings your way, Grosse Pointe South, you can really take advantage of it and create some turnovers.
Berger over to Reese. Reese, floater, no good. Berger misses short. Williams, no good. As the Cougars are just snake bit right now. Follow-up rejection by Taylor Williams. Couple substitutions now. Dina Moyer and Shelby Conrad, the 2 fresh bodies into this game, and Downey and Sydney Hall are going to have to take a seat for Grosse Pointe South. Hall, lots of energy out of the locker room. That's going to be a needed break for her. So who's the offense going to go through now for the Blue Devils? It's going to be Richards for 3.
If you're Grosse Pointe South, you got them right where you want them. You're 10 deep on your bench, and you're not afraid to play anybody, so you want to get them tired.
Interception, foul by Mashenko. And you look up at the big board here at Dakota, and we are all tied, 34-34. A 16-3 run by the Blue Devils has erased that big 13-point halftime Cougar lead, and we are now all tied with 2:40 remaining in the third quarter. Srebrenik picked up the loose ball and missed the three. Taylor Williams, no surprise. They had the rebound. Up ahead to Berger. No look pass into the corner. And they will say Conlon was on the baseline out of bounds as she caught that pass. Berger, the only points in this third quarter for Dakota. And she will go back to the line to shoot two.
There you see that time, Grosse Pointe South sent a quick double team on Berger. Forced her to take that 15-foot jump shot, and that jump shot is not as efficient for Berger as getting to the hole. Those little 8-foot bunnies on the baseline. There's another missed free throw from Dakota.
Ella able to make the second. All four of the Dakota points in this third quarter. Srebrenik misses from deep. Richards dribbles. Hesberg, corner pocket, no good. Tapped forward. Dakota had all kinds of numbers, and they still will. It's going to be Taylor Williams who puts on the brakes and scores the points.
Yeah, much better job by Williams to get the ball and her body under control, able to readjust under the net and put that one home. It's a much-needed basket.
Srebrenik answers right back with three of her own. Six points for Srebrenik in this third quarter. Gives her a team-high 11. Three-pointers starting to rain down on us here. 37 up. 1:34 remaining in the third quarter. So glad you decided to tune us in here at Macomb Township Government Access. Mashenko three, no good. Our first look at the Dakota girls as Dina Moyer took a hard spill, banged her elbow on the floor. Appears to be okay. The season started with so much promise for this Dakota squad who looked to repeat in the MAC Red, and wasn't meant to be. Still have a chance to win that district once again. Trying to three-peat in the district. And that district for Dakota will be played over at L'Anse Creuse North. Dakota has a first-round bye and will face the winners of the Port Huron Northern matchup. Northern, a team that Dakota is very familiar with. Northern right now 4-4 in the MAC Red, 9-6 overall. Port Huron's playing out of the white this season, 9-6, 5-3 within conference play. So it's a tough matchup in that district semifinal, a matchup between either Port Huron or Port Huron Northern for Dakota. And then on the opposite side of that bracket is L'Anse Creuse North, who we saw in action right in the middle of the MAC Blue standing, and Anchor Bay, who is at the very top of those MAC Blue standings. So a good mix of MAC Red, White, and Blue teams in that district, and you might say Dakota could be the favorites if they can get healthy and get back to full strength.
Definitely.
All kinds of confusion there out of the break. Nobody seemed to know which way to go, and it was Cameron Richards that found herself wide open. Srebrenik can't complete the play, but will shoot two. So the very first lead of this game for Grosse Pointe South.
Dakota having to readjust to that press break, and that time they almost got it down, but the wrong angle taken. It was Dina Moyer who got to into the lane, but took one too many dribbles and took her right out of position, trapped her in the corner, and it ended up causing a turnover.
Srebrenak, pure on both. 8 points in this third quarter, 13 now in the game. Williams gets trapped right along the timeline. She turns it over. Richards up ahead, no good. Rebounded by Hesberg, she can't finish it off. So Dakota avoids a couple makes there, and one. Taylor Williams makes good. So Taylor Williams now has a double-double. That was a big bucket for the senior captain.
Coach Richards livid over on the Grosse Pointe South sideline. Thought it was a double dribble. Bucket counted, but missed a free throw for Williams.
Eyeing up the three. Srebrenak, no good. And Jamie Zink falling to the floor. Passed out of it. Richards, she's pure. That was a long two for Richards. As she really heated up in that third quarter as the Blue Devils put on a scoring spree and now lead it 43-39 after 3 quarters of play. A quick timeout here at Macomb Township Government Access. But when we come back, the fourth quarter of play.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to Macomb Township Government Access's coverage of this girls' varsity basketball game, Dakota Cougars and the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils. And what a third quarter of play for the visitors from Grosse Pointe South, outscoring Dakota 25-8 in that third quarter, and now enjoy a 4-point lead.
Hey, Blue Devils team came out ready to play that second half. It's a Dakota team that typically struggles coming out for the second half, and that's when they lose these 3 4-point games.
And they've been involved in a lot of close contests. Here comes Taylor Williams, puts on the brakes, jumper on the way, no good. Reese with the rebound. Williams goes back up with it. We got ourselves a tie game once again. So Williams and Reese, two-headed post position for the Cougars, have the first 4 points of this fourth quarter, and just like that, it is now tied 43-43. Sydney Hall went up with the left hand, no good. Up ahead, Taylor Williams beats everybody down the floor, scoops and scores.
It's where they got to make their money, is in the half court, and they've done so in a quick 3 baskets for Dakota.
55 seconds into this quarter, a 6-0 spurt by the Cougars. Opens the lead back up, looking for an answer, can't find one. Ella Berger, 4 points in that third quarter, as the Cougars were only able to muster 8. Ball fake. Dameron drives the lane, bank shot and good. Coach Kevin Richards gonna let his Blue Devils play through this. Taylor Williams up ahead, gets it right back. Spins, her patented spin move, off the front iron and down. Shocked that Coach Richards hasn't called timeout.
And as you mentioned, just letting his girls play through it, but they're getting ripped up in that half court, and Dakota moving the ball in transition as well.
10-0 run. It's a Dakota team that at times has struggled to put games away, finding ways to win in the fourth quarter, and they took it to heart here, and terrific start. Reese, jumper, good.
They can't miss.
Everything that went right for the Blue Devils in the third quarter has unraveled here in the fourth. Wilson, she ends the scoring streak. So the team's trading buckets on the last two possessions. And finally seeing why this Grosse Pointe South team is the highest scoring offense in all of Macomb. I talked in the first half that they were on pace to score 30 points. Well, they proved me wrong in that third quarter.
Yeah, and looking at the first time these two teams met back in January, the Blue Devils outscored Dakota 35-18 in the second and third quarters. Dakota then took them in the fourth, 18-10. So this game's right on pace for the first time around, except the Blue Devils took Dakota by 3 the first time. It looks like we're swinging the opposite way.
Ooh, dangerous pass. Avoiding a turnover momentarily. Taylor Williams that tracks that one down. She's unstoppable right now.
Like a ballerina, moving her feet with those spin moves down in the lane. Absolutely no answer.
She has 19 points now. Ball kind of kicked around down there, soccered out of bounds. 8-point lead. Cougars' largest lead of the second half.
You notice 8-point lead, but 8 points in the fourth quarter from the senior Taylor Williams.
Downey. Full court pressure. Berger has it. Nice skip pass to Bauer. Bauer, the captain of this offense. Point guard position. Reese catches. Goes up strong. Foul. Will shoot two. 4:26 now left in regulation. 53-47 your score.
Right back to that zigzag breaking of the press, and now they're putting that ball right in Reese's or Williams' hands in the lane down on the block. Off the top of the broadcast, we were talking about how Reese and Williams were going to be the two girls to make a difference if Dakota was going to pull out this ball game. And when it comes down to it, in this moment, in this fourth quarter, they really are scoring all points for Dakota thus far, all 15 in the fourth quarter.
And 15 of the 17 Cougar points. Dakota scored 17 points in roughly 4 minutes of action. It's just been unbelievable. And they've gotten some really simple, easy looks down low.
And it comes off that press break. Once you figure it out, they come easy.
Richards, nice ball fake. Finds Wilson in the corner, in and out. Another tough miss there for Wilson. Up ahead, Dakota, a little 2-on-1. An unselfish play by Dameron, and probably should have just taken that one to the hole.
Great defensive effort by Wilson that time. Trailing perfectly. They went with the double team, but got her hand in the passing lane, or foot rather, to get that one out of bounds.
Bullying her way inside Taylor Williams.
You got to send help
in the fourth quarter, Adam.
You got to send help on the defensive end on that. You cannot handle Williams alone on the inside, no matter who it is. But you got to know that spin move off the glass is coming, right? It's been pretty much every single move.
That's her go-to move. That's her signature spin and shot off the high glass. 21 points now for Taylor Williams.
And that's the old sports cliche. Do it until they stop you. Keep going to the same move. If it works, why recreate the wheel? If she keeps scoring those easy buckets off glass, no reason to stop.
And she needs to start doing the Ezekiel Elliott feed me motion. Easily has that double-double, and it'll be interesting to see if she finishes with over 20 rebounds in this game. She had 13 at halftime. Hasn't been quite as active on the glass in the second half, but I know she's gotten a couple of her own misses, so she could easily be pretty close to a double-double with both 20-plus points and 20-plus rebounds. Nice individual effort by Conlon. 57-49, 8-point lead for the Cougars. Williams catches, gets it over the timeline. Over to Berger. Clock, the advantage right now for Dakota. Gonna nurse a little bit of it right now. Reese catches. 17-footer, no good. In and out of the hands of Conlon. Berger catches, and Coach McCune asks for a timeout and gets one.
At this point in the game, the timeout's worth it to save the possession as your guard was trapped in this near side corner.
Full 60-second timeout, so the 5 on the floor can take a seat. 3:02 remaining in the fourth quarter, 57-49 Cougar advantage. And if you've missed any portion of tonight's broadcast, you can check us out online, macomb-mi.gov, video on demand portion of our website. Playback schedule is there as well. I have an awesome YouTube page where you can see all of our Macomb Township Government Access sporting events. Dakota boys team lost a very valuable component to their offense, and they have hit the skids of their own as well. Ryan Rollins do everything guard for them.
They were looking like they were going to win the MAC Red themselves this season, but unfortunately both their basketball teams have lost their stars.
MAC Red, their season for the boys has come to a close. It was a co-share between Roseville and Stevenson. Roseville, the new kids on the block, they held their own, and they were a team that everybody kind of thought would. They moved up from the MAC White after winning the MAC White Red crossover tournament a season ago. Turnover right at the timeline. Hall in, counted and the foul.
Great move by Hall to get to the rack there. Berger was on her back. That's not someone you want to go, but the 11's on top of each other. The basket will count, and that's a big bucket. Grosse Pointe South, but more importantly is the free throw because it allows you to get set up in that press.
And she does make it. It's the old-fashioned three-point play, and there's that Blue Devil trap, and nice job using that speed to beat it this time as Taylor Williams, she coasts in, no good, and is hammered on the way back up. 5-point lead for Dakota, 57-52, 2:31 left in the fourth quarter.
The most impressive thing to me about Taylor Williams, outside of her ability to score on the glass, is her ability to move the ball in the open court. She's a great component in terms of beating a full court press like this, to be able to split defenders in the open court. Not too often do you see a 6'2" girl like herself be able to have the handles to put the ball on the floor like that.
And she could easily run the point for the Cougars, couldn't she?
And by the way, she's splitting defenders in those spin moves. It would not be an issue if she had to take over.
Schrebernack with the bunny, no good. Williams stripped from behind. Downey now goes up, blows past the Dakota Cougar defender.
That broadcaster jinx there that time on the dribbling for Williams is killing Dakota today, Brad.
Yeah, that's a couple times they got us. A couple players collide, and Cougar downs Moshenko. She might have taken an inadvertent knee to the head. She appears to be okay. Exactly 2 minutes left. So it's going to be Moshenko that goes to the line. Spins the ball once, 3 or 4 dribbles. 1 and 1. Gets the front end, so she earns the second. Good on both. Sydney Hall, cross-court pass, nearly intercepted. Richards has her pocket picked. Berger the other way, good.
That time some one-on-one pressure working its magic for Dakota to convert the bucket, and that might have just been the last nail in the coffin.
24 points here in the fourth quarter, and a little ticky-tack call at the half-court stripe. 24-11. Cougars have outscored the Blue Devils here in the fourth. Williams misses short off the front iron. Minute 28 left. Srebrenik no good. Follow up make by number 12, Keely Conlon. Gonna have to get the quick turnover here. Have no more fouls to give. It's gonna be a double bonus the rest of the way for the Cougars. So gonna have to trap, gonna have to turn them over. And now I guess with under a minute left, you got a foul now, right? Down 7, there's the foul.
There it is.
That's probably the person you do not want to foul. Ella Berger, steady all evening long, 20 points. Cougars now have 2 players over 20 points in this game, Ella Berger and Taylor Williams.
They have played out of their minds in a textbook clinic on how to break a full court press offense.
Berger misses a second, but Grosse Pointe South kind of boxed themselves out that time and allowed Olivia Dameron to get open underneath the bucket and unable to cash in on the shot, but she will shoot 2.
Giving up that rebound in that situation is just a killer. You got to box out and take care of your own.
Cameron Richards is fouled out of this basketball game, so Megan Van Olsdal comes in along with Peyton Roy. Dameron's second is good. 65-56. Long 3. That one was from Shelby Township.
You think if Hall would take like maybe 2 steps in on the three, she might hit a couple more of these. Every single one of these seems to be from Shelby Township.
You like that one, huh?
That was very good.
Williams, and she can just basically put the finishing touches on this one. She wanted another basket. I can't say I blame her. And Hall streaking down the floor now. Has her eyes set on the basket, and she will fill it up. Hall, I say not so fast. And Hall and Williams trade turnovers. Now Williams will just hold on. She's going to have to walk it over the timeline, perhaps. I don't know. There we go. That will do it. And Dakota, really an impressive victory here tonight, pulling away in the fourth quarter. Nice come from behind from Grosse Pointe South, but a little too late as they eventually fall here. Final score 65-58. Adam, your thoughts? That was an exciting night of basketball.
It was a very exciting night. We saw just about everything in this basketball game, from stagnant offense to brilliant offense and defense. It's a Dakota team, though, that they haven't really closed out games, and they were really able to put on the afterburners in this one and take care of Grosse Pointe South and take care of your own at home.
So the Cougars improved their overall record to 7-8, 2-7 in MAC Red play. Grosse Pointe South falls to 8-6, 4-6 as they finish out MAC Red play with that 4-6 record. So for Jason Radalski, James Drum, our 2 cameramen here tonight, Adam Abraham, my broadcast partner, I'm Brad Fetter saying good night from Dakota High School. Once again, final score 65-58. Say so long for now. We'll see you next time right here on Macomb Township Government Access.